Welcome into my office. Brian here with you. Let's now have a look at this 3-volume set gallery of engravings from the mid-19th century in period, half leather bindings like so, ornate gilt stamped spines. There is some scuffing, scratching, and small wear in spots all over, but the leather is still supple. It's well scuffed at the corners, but the set has a profusion of steel engraved plates throughout it, like so. I've collated the set and come up with 62 plates in Volume 1, 63 plates in Volume 2, and 63 plates in Volume 3 for a total of 188 steel engraved plates, like so, dedicated to the Queen, the People's Gallery of Engravings, like so, printed by Fisher & Son in London and Paris. And we see here it is, the title page, edited by Wright, well-known individual. These lists of plates at the front of volumes like this are notorious for being inaccurate. With works like this, of this era, that involve a binder binding into multiple sets, a profusion of plates, mistakes are rather common or regularly encountered. And so the set is sold as described with the number of plates. It, for the most part, matches this list, but there is a slight variation in the numbering, and it could be that 1 or 2 of the plates is not present according to that list. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it was removed at some point. It could well just only mean that it was never bound in, because bookbinders at this time were notorious for being rather heavy drinkers. But I want to just show you now, briefly, each volume internally, so you can see the range of images. There are a fair number of portraits, some really nice historical scenes, interior views, exterior views. That's a beautiful image there. Here we have Chinese punishment, which is a famous image. It was issued as an aquatint as well. And here's the typical, there's a lot of these sorts of beautiful women, famous individuals, authors, statesmen, politicians, and so on. A lot of women in dresses, and there's the author of Campbell. And now let's look at the second volume. Same, all the books are in the same sort of condition. The leather is supple. The spines are handsome. It's a nice set. It's a very nice set. Whether it's 100% complete or not, it's priced accordingly as a gathering, really, of 188 steel engraved images, like so. All of them full page, all of them separately printed. That's the thing that I think to keep in mind on a set of books of this era like this, is every single image in here would have been engraved on a metal plate. The engraver's name is almost always down at the very bottom lower right corner outside the neat line. The image engraved area, like so. They all are signed by the engraver. So every single one of these is a separately engraved, laboriously engraved, then hand inked, hand printed image, which would have then been gathered up individually. Oh, that's interesting. Dr. Adam Clark and the Priests of Buddha there in his study. And then gathered and bound in here with text leaves and tissue guards. It really, from a modern perspective, it's quite a monumental feat. It's a tremendous amount, oh, there's Queen Victoria, a tremendous amount of labor that goes behind a book like this that's easy to overlook. That's a very nice view right there in India, Sikhs in India. And there's a lot of panoramic views, nature views. Here's a military, Edward Duke of Kent right there, Volume 2. And here we see the engraved half title and the frontis there. And so that's the second volume, and this is the one I believe that has 63 steel engraved plates throughout, and as does this final third volume here. A little bit of scuffing, scratching, but the book is still sound, it's still tight. And I've noted here that evidently plate number 21 is quite a scarce plate. It is right here, infanticide in Madagascar. Well, that speaks for itself. But that actually all the plates here have articles that go with them, or poems like this, and so on. And so, yeah, there we are. So I'll flip through this one as well so you can see. A little bit of scattered. That's a great image of Captain Cook there with the map. Yeah. The explorer himself rose up from humble beginnings, commanded ships on 3 different voyages, finally meeting his fate, I believe, in the Hawaiian Islands, the hands of natives, a misunderstanding when he returned prematurely, and they no longer thought he was a god. Yeah, there it is. And so here we have that, Arcadia, engraved half title here. And so now this has given you a pretty good overview of the types of images that are found within this set. And if it interests you, it is available now online from me, Brian DeMambro.